Welcome to today's intensive operational training session. We are here to dismantle a hidden vulnerability that quietly impacts independent practices across the country and replace it with a reliable strategy for direct patient acquisition. We call this protocol Converting and Nurturing Leads for Oral Surgeons. I am your host, Bill Crawford, President of Oral Surgeon Marketing Pros. I want to start our time together today by establishing a clean, unsentimental perspective on practice growth. Too many independent surgeons view their website as a passive digital business card, a static online placeholder, or an artistic showcase. Today, we are completely moving past that costly misconception. We are going to focus on how to treat your online presence as an active conversion engine, a structured framework engineered to systematically maximize your patient inquiries without forcing you to spend more money on advertising traffic. Your website is the primary bridge between a consumer's initial interest and a fully booked clinical calendar. Let's break down the mechanics. Our agenda today is built entirely for immediate practice execution. We are keeping things direct and focusing strictly on real operational outcomes. First, we will address the critical importance of a patient-centered website layout. Second, we will dissect specific strategies to optimize your existing site to increase patient conversion. Third, we will examine the essential components of a high-converting online footprint. Fourth, we will define your ideal patient profile so you know exactly who your messaging needs to speak to. Fifth, we will map out your prospective patient's core personal needs, concerns, and procedural anxieties. Finally, we will review advanced lead nurturing techniques engineered to streamline follow-up, remove administrative burden from your front desk, and scale your appointment scheduling velocity. This is your tactical blueprint for sustainable growth and long-term local dominance. Before we proceed any further, I have a personal, non-negotiable request. If you are serious about modernizing your digital setup, plugging your practice revenue leaks, and out-converting your local market, I need your complete focus for the duration of this training. Please eliminate all administrative distractions right now. Turn off your cell phone, close out of Facebook. Minimize your practice management software, step away from your email client, and let your staff handle the front desk lines for the next 30 minutes. The strategies we are breaking down are grounded in real practice data and possess a direct impact on your gross revenue. If you grant me your complete attention, I will hand you the exact roadmap required to convert more website visitors and drive predictable practice growth. For those colleagues and practice founders I haven't had the professional pleasure of speaking with yet, I am Bill Crawford, the founder and owner of Oral Surgeon Marketing Pros. I am also the host of the Drill Down podcast, a dedicated strategy audio program focused exclusively on the unique business and growth challenges of oral and maxillofacial surgeons. Our firm is a certified Google partner, a distinction reserved strictly for elite agencies managing high-velocity budgets with proven performance standards. We work entirely within this surgical niche, speaking at industry events and authoring specialized digital growth manuals for independent practices just like yours. I am not a generalist who shifts focus between different industries. I understand the clinical flow, the referral dynamics, and the high-intent patient psychology of oral surgery because my team and I spend every single day in the trenches with doctors across the nation. Let's transition directly into the core bottleneck facing independent oral surgery practices today. We call it the growth challenge. Many oral surgery practices reach a point where traditional referral lines from general dentists are no longer sufficient to sustain a high-volume calendar. Large corporate groups and private equity-backed organizations are entering local markets, purchasing legacy practices, and buying up consumer attention aggressively. This creates a highly competitive environment where independent surgeons must master direct patient communication channels or watch their case volumes and procedural margins systematically contract. You cannot scale a practice by remaining defensive. This brings us to the first major symptom of an unoptimized online presence, making a significant financial investment in marketing with very limited returns. I speak to surgeons every single week who are cutting substantial checks to general ad agencies for local SEO, pay-per-click ads, or social media management. Yet, when they look at their monthly procedure reports, the calendar hasn't moved. They feel frustrated, deeply skeptical, and assume that digital marketing simply doesn't work for high-stakes surgical cases. The reality is that the traffic is arriving at your digital front door, but your website is completely failing to convert them into a scheduled consultation. The second major challenge is struggling to generate a consistent, predictable flow of qualified patient leads. You cannot run an efficient surgical facility or optimize an enterprise on a volatile patient pipeline. One month your phones are ringing off the hook with high-value dental implant inquiries, and the next month you are looking at an empty clinical schedule with unutilized chairs. This lack of consistency destroys your operational flow, makes hiring surgical staff a complete guessing game, and prevents you from making confident investments back into your practice infrastructure. When you operate with an unoptimized conversion pipeline, you encounter a low ROI on marketing expenditures, which directly throttles your practice's ability to expand. You end up paying an inflated, unsustainable client acquisition cost. If it costs you too much to acquire a raw lead because your website conversion rates are poor, you are heavily cutting into the net profitability of your extractions and implant placements. Marketing should be a reliable, highly predictable revenue multiplier, not an unpredictable cash drain. If your return on ad spend is stagnant, the leak is located on your website layout, not the traffic source. Let's look closely at the operational fallout of this problem. An inconsistent patient flow leading to scheduling gaps, underutilized clinical resources, and financial uncertainty. An empty chair in your surgical bay is the single most expensive element of your business overhead. Your fixed operational costs, your building lease, your advanced 3D CBCT imaging machinery, and your trained surgical assistants must be paid regardless of whether you are placing a full arch implant or staring at a blank calendar. Financial peace of mind requires a steady, unshakable flow of scheduled cases. We must be highly clinical about the macro impact here. Limited patient acquisition restricts your entire practice's ability to expand and serve more patients. When your direct lead volume is restricted, you become entirely dependent on a small handful of referring general dentists. If one of those primary referring doctors retires, opens an in-house implant clinic, or joins a corporate DSO group, your practice faces immediate revenue risk. Direct-to-consumer digital conversion is your insurance policy against referral volatility and market shifts. So, what is the tactical solution to this systemic vulnerability? The answer is building a high-converting online presence. We need to transition your digital footprint away from a passive layout that simply looks nice and move it toward a highly calculated conversion engine. This is an online infrastructure that values logic, user clarity, and patient convenience over empty aesthetic flourishes. It is a system built specifically to capture consumer interest and turn it into operational revenue without increasing top-of-funnel ad spend. The core function of this architecture is consistently turning website visitors into highly valuable scheduled surgical patients. When a consumer lands on your website, you have less than 6 seconds to prove clinical competence, resolve anxiety, and establish complete trust. An optimized presence guides that user seamlessly through their research journey, removes the cognitive friction of searching for contact info, and prompts an immediate inquiry rather than a bounce back to search. If you force them to think, you force them to leave. Let's look at the leverage of a high-converting footprint. Increased patient leads translate directly to more clinical consultations, scheduled surgical procedures, steady practice growth, and greater peace of mind for the founder. When you control your own pipeline, you are no longer operating at the mercy of shifting referral markets. You gain a predictable practice asset that produces revenue day in and day out, ensuring your surgical bays remain fully optimized and your infrastructure remains highly profitable. When this protocol is installed, you begin building operational momentum and achieving sustainable, highly consistent practice growth. You are classified as finally able to safely map out your practice expansion. Whether that means bringing on a skilled board-certified associate, investing in advanced clear alignment protocols, or opening a second surgical facility, predictable lead conversion provides the baseline data required to de-risk your long-term business strategy. Growth ceases to be a guessing game. The ultimate manifestation of this protocol is a steady stream of high-value patient inquiries, a full, highly optimized appointment schedule, and a thriving, expanding practice. You move from a reactive posture of hunting for cases to a proactive posture where patients are actively seeking out your unique clinical authority. Now, let's leave the theory behind and look at the exact mathematical model visible on your screen that proves this reality. Look at the schematic layout on your screen. Your website is the foundation of your online presence and the primary driver of digital patient acquisition. Every ad you run, every review a patient leaves on Google, and every social media asset you publish exists solely to drive high-intent consumers back to this central hub. If your central hub is broken, your entire marketing ecosystem fails completely. It is the tactical platform where clinical value is communicated and leads are engineered. Let's break down the exact math of revenue engineering displayed right here on page 17. I want you to look closely at these two distinct clinical scenarios, modeled on an identical traffic volume of 1,500 unique website visitors per month. In scenario 1, an optimized website, you run a 5% conversion rate, yielding 75 raw patient inquiries. Assuming a standard 50% scheduling rate, you land 38 consultations. At a typical 60% procedure close rate, you secure 23 new surgical patients. Given a standard $5,000 average procedure value for high-margin cases, your monthly revenue stands at $115,000. Now look at scenario 2, optimized website. The traffic remains identical at 1,500 visitors, but by installing the 13-element protocol, your conversion performance rises to 9%, producing 135 patient inquiries. Maintaining the exact same scheduling and procedure close rates, your consultations jump to 68, resulting in 41 new patients. At that same $5,000 baseline, your monthly revenue scales to $205,000. That is a clean $90,000 monthly variance derived entirely from performance engineering on your current traffic. You didn't spend an extra cent on ads, you simply stopped leaking revenue. Ask yourself this question: why is a website designed explicitly for high conversion so crucial for your practice's long-term survival? It is because user attention span has dropped to an all-time low. If a prospect lands on your page and encounters generic corporate language, slow loading speeds, or a hidden phone number, they will instantly bounce back to search. You must design for immediate clarity and absolute frictionless execution. If you make a patient search for a phone number, you have already lost them. So, what are the essential components of an effective online presence? How do we move from a passive, unoptimized page to a highly active booking asset? It requires a structured combination of hyper-targeted copywriting, authentic multimedia assets, and immediate user communication channels. Let's dissect the 13 critical elements step by step so your team can copy and execute this formatting model. Let's look at the first 3 elements displayed on your screen. Element 1. Speak directly to your target audience. Your text must address their specific concerns, anxieties, and needs related to oral surgery procedures. Element 2. Showcase your unique value proposition. Clearly communicate what sets your practice apart and why patients should choose you. Element 3. Use authentic and professional imagery. Feature high-quality photos and videos of your team, your office, and positive patient interactions. Completely eliminate cold stock photography of fake models. Authenticity drives trust, and trust drives case acceptance. Let's examine elements 4 and 5. Element 4. Leverage the power of video. You need an authoritative website welcome video, informative videos for each procedure like dental implants and wisdom teeth extraction, and a video highlighting your practice's unique approach and patient philosophy. Video allows a nervous patient to meet you and hear your voice before they ever book a consult. Element 5. Build trust with social proof. Prominently display patient testimonials, reviews, and before and after photos with proper patient consent. Let your past outcomes speak for your current capability. Let's look at elements 6 and 7. Element 6. Ensure foundational elements are in place. Your phone number must be prominently displayed on your page. You must provide easy-to-use contact forms, and you need to showcase credentials and affiliations prominently to immediately project elite status. Element 7. Implement clear and compelling calls to action. Do not leave the user guessing. Guide visitors on what to do next, whether that means clicking to book an online consultation or picking up the phone immediately. Let's check elements 8, 9, and 10. Element 8. Offer special promotions or financing options. High-value implant cases are major financial decisions. Attract new patients with relevant incentives and transparent financing clear lines. Element 9. Optimize for mobile. Ensure a seamless experience on smartphones with click-to-call functionality. Element 10. Utilize live chat. Provide immediate assistance and answer patient questions in real time. Finally, let's address elements 11, 12, and 13. Element 11. Offer online appointment scheduling. Streamline the booking process for patient convenience. Element 12. Optimize website speed. A fast-loading website improves user experience and search engine ranking. Element 13. Implement marketing automation. Nurture leads, personalize communication, and streamline follow-up. If your front desk takes 2 hours to call a lead back, that lead is already dead. Automation guarantees a response within 2 minutes. Let's examine some examples of high-converting websites. We will look closely at how moving away from bloated, generic template sites and transitioning to highly structured, authoritative conversion frameworks instantly altered their monthly consultation volume, filled their empty scheduling slots, and dramatically scaled up their gross monthly production. Now, I want to issue a direct call to action for the audience to evaluate your own website. Look at your current website on your phone right now. Is it actually engineered to convert visitors into patients, or is it merely sitting there as an expensive, underperforming placeholder? If you do not possess prominent click-to-call buttons, clear value propositions, and live chat features, your practice is leaking cash and dropping cases every single day. Let's move directly into the primary psychological framework of direct growth. If you can truly understand your patients' perspectives, you can effectively address their needs and build trust. If you can accurately map out your patient's clinical views and emotional state, you can tailor your copy to directly address their deep needs, alleviate their anxieties, and build absolute trust before they ever walk into your consultation room. To market complex surgical procedures successfully, you must outline the 4 core pillars of the ideal patient's goals and concerns visible on your screen. First, current concerns and anxieties. Second, potential fears and negative outcomes. Third, underlying goals and desired results. Fourth, aspirations and long-term expectations. Let's build an accurate clinical profile based on these specific psychological axes so we can craft copy that hooks attention. Look at the demographic and psychographic breakdown displayed on your screen right now. Demographics. We are targeting adults across a broad age range, typically middle to upper middle class, regardless of family status. They place a high priority on long-term health investments. Psychographics. This individual values long-term health, seeks reliable and trustworthy healthcare providers, appreciates clear communication and personalized care. They may be anxious about medical procedures, desire a comfortable experience, and heavily value convenience and efficiency. Let's isolate their core baseline anxieties. They are worried about the procedure's success and potential complications. They are anxious about pain, discomfort, and recovery time. They are concerned about the cost of treatment and insurance coverage. They are uncertain about the best options, seeking a highly qualified surgeon, and desire a clear understanding of the process and impact on daily life. Your website copy must tackle these issues openly. If you hide your financing data or refuse to speak about sedation options, you are actively driving anxious buyers away. We must go deeper into their psychological fears: fear of complications or adverse reactions, and fear of prolonged recovery or long-term issues. Anxiety about the procedure itself and concern about potential side effects. Fear of not achieving the desired results, worrying about the financial burden, and losing time from work. When your online presence directly acknowledges these fears and counters them with your advanced, minimally invasive protocols, you instantly position yourself as the ultimate local authority. What is their ultimate goal? They want to achieve optimal oral health and function, experience a successful and comfortable procedure, and receive personalized care and attention. They want to obtain a clear understanding of their treatment options, regain confidence, minimize pain, and work with a skilled and compassionate oral surgeon. Your website messaging must sell the transformation and the outcome, not just the clinical process. Long term, your ideal patient wants to maintain long term oral health, enjoy a positive and lasting outcome, and develop a strong and trusting relationship with their oral surgeon. They expect a high level of satisfaction with the care they receive, improved overall well being, ongoing support, and they want to feel confident enough to recommend the practice to others. Your website layout is where this relationship is initiated. To convert this profile, your marketing text must lean heavily on these precise themes. Advanced and minimally invasive techniques, compassionate and patient-centered care, experienced and highly qualified surgeons, comprehensive treatment options, clear and transparent communication, state-of-the-art technology, and an absolute focus on patient comfort and safety. Look at this blueprint for authoritative positioning copy. Your primary header should position you as your partner in advanced oral surgery, delivering exceptional results with compassionate care. Follow it with subheaders emphasizing your status as experienced specialists in your specific city or region. Explicitly detail your usage of advanced technology for minimally invasive procedures and state clearly that you offer personalized treatment plans and comprehensive solutions for complex oral and maxillofacial conditions. Let's hammer home the media rule. You must use genuine photos and videos of your team, your practice, and patient testimonials to build trust. Stock photography kills conversions because consumers instantly recognize it as disingenuous. If your site looks fake, patients assume your clinical care is subpar. Showcase the reality of your elite facility. To maximize engagement, create engaging video content to educate patients, showcase your expertise, and address common concerns. A short 2-minute video of the lead surgeon walking through what to expect on the day of an extraction does more to lower consumer anxiety and secure a booked consultation than thousands of words of technical text ever could. It humanizes the clinical environment. Your social proof must be unmissable. Prominently display patient reviews, testimonials, and before and after photos with consent to demonstrate the quality of your care. This creates immediate psychological safety for the prospect. When a nervous lead reads about another patient having an entirely painless professional experience under your IV sedation, the barrier to inquiry disappears and case acceptance rates climb. We must ensure that your operational fundamentals are absolutely flawless. Ensure your website is user-friendly, informative, and easy to navigate. If a user has to dig through complex menu bars to discover your location, your office hours, or your scheduling links, they will abandon the session. Structure your architecture so that any core answer is accessible within 2 taps on a smartphone screen. Let's look at one of our highest-performing baseline additions. Implementing live chat on your website can significantly increase patient engagement and appointment scheduling. Many consumers research surgery options late at night or during work hours when they cannot make a phone call. Live chat provides immediate assistance, answers basic logistics, and secures the lead's data instantly so your team can follow up. Let's look at the mobile data. The vast majority of patients use smartphones to search for healthcare providers, so you must ensure your website provides a seamless mobile experience. A negative mobile experience can frustrate users, trigger friction loops, and actively drive potential patients straight to your competitors. To convert mobile demand, you must integrate flawless click-to-call functionality. Make it easy for potential patients to contact your practice directly from their mobile devices. Your main phone number or a dedicated Call Now button should remain stuck to the header of the screen as the user scrolls, presenting an immediate path to human interaction. Let's look at performance metrics. Optimize your website for fast loading times to improve user experience and reduce bounce rates. Data shows that if a mobile page takes longer than 3 seconds to load, over 50% of the traffic bounces. Slow sites are financial black holes. We need to strip away unnecessary bloat, compress media, and optimize your technical delivery. Let us be entirely direct. A slow website can deter potential patients and damage your online reputation. Google's modern core algorithms actively track loading speed as a metric of user satisfaction. If your site crawls slowly, your organic rankings will drop, making your practice invisible to local consumer demand. Speed is a proxy for professionalism in a digital economy. Let us review your structural optimization checklist before we close today's session. Use authentic photos and videos of your team and practice. Create video content for each of your key services. Showcase patient reviews and testimonials on your homepage. Ensure all website basics are in order, including contact information and navigation, and conduct a website speed test to implement swift improvements. To maximize your conversion math, your design blueprint must feature these elements. Prominently display your phone number, include easy-to-use contact forms, display credentials and certifications, customize calls to action, use targeted offers, implement live chat, and offer online appointment scheduling. If you miss even one of these, you are leaving doors unlocked for competitors. When you successfully execute this protocol, you achieve complete pipeline leverage. Better user experience, increased patient inquiries and appointment requests, enhanced branding, stronger competitive positioning, and a maximized return on your marketing investment. You stop guessing, you stop burning capital on useless clicks, and you start running an engineered business. So, we return to our core diagnostic question. Evaluate your website's effectiveness in turning visitors into patients. It is time to stop accepting guesswork or trusting generalist reports. Evaluate your online effectiveness coldly and mathematically based on the conversion framework we have established today. Your immediate next step is operational triage. Identify the key strategies you will implement to improve your website's conversion rates. Do not try to solve all 13 elements tomorrow. Pick the lowest hanging fruit. Fix your mobile click-to-call, display your real face instead of stock photos, or integrate a direct scheduling link. Action cures market stagnation. Write down your core action items right now. What are you going to implement as a function of today's training? Commitment without immediate operational tracking is meaningless. Write them down in your 1, 2, and 3 boxes, assign them to your practice manager, and hold your team accountable to an execution timeline. If you want to bypass the learning curve and get an expert, objective critique of your current digital infrastructure, scan the QR code on your screen right now. If you would like a custom video of me critiquing your website to identify ways to improve conversions, scan this URL or visit this link at oralsurgeonmarketingpros.com/contact. Claim your custom video audit before the slots fill up. In addition to the audit video, we are opening up slots for our comprehensive free strategy acceleration session. Our technical team will run an in-depth analysis of your online presence, deliver a customized keyword strategy for patient acquisition, generate a website ranking report, evaluate online directories, analyze your reputation, evaluate social presence, and run a complete website conversion effectiveness assessment. If you have any questions about the data we have reviewed today, or if you want to start installing these protocols in your market immediately, look at the final page of your deck. Call us at 3-312-598-476 or visit oralsurgeonmarketingpros.com/contact. Thank you for your time, your focus, and your clinical dedication today. Let's get to work on your conversion pipeline. Take care.